marijuana is such a big thing now. It's a huge industry. It's legal in a lot of places.
There's gonna be big cannabis, just like big tobacco soon enough.
So, from your standpoint, where you sit as a professional who's dealt with addiction and people using drugs, number one, do you think that marijuana is a gateway drug? And number two, like, what is your stance about, like, if marijuana is to become legal here in California? Are you okay with that?
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with anything being legal. The people get to decide that. I'll deal with the consequences of whatever happens.
Do you think it's dangerous?
Well, there's some new data just came out yesterday that showed that people that even used once a week during adolescence had verbal recall problems in adulthood. So there's stuff, and we've known, for a long time that there's brain changes that don't go away if you're using during adolescence, and there's brain changes in adults that do go away if you use heavily during adulthood. There's a lot of observations out there, and it being a gateway drug, it is categorically not a gateway drug. However, there's a clinical syndrome that is extremely common, which is when people become compulsed around that drug. It happens fast around pot. They usually the third exposure, which is you have to prime your brain to get high from it.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You heard that?
That's what I heard, Drew.
Yeah,
third time's the charm.
Right, third or fifth time, it's like, oh my God, holy crap, this stuff is amazing.
Yeah.
And when you had that experience, what did you think about the drug? I liked it.
Yeah, I loved it.
I loved it. So that word "love" comes out of everyone's mouth that has a problem with pot.
What?
And so,
you can test me right now, Drew.
But you may not have developed a problem with it.
I've been clean for like a week.
But you're going to be thinking about it all the time because you love it. If you love something, it's hard not to think about it.
I loved it, but then I got over it. Like, quit. I cold turkey.
I can quit whenever I want.
No, he's right, because here's what happens. What happens. Over long periods of use, just in case that happened to him, long periods of use, it starts to wear off, and you start being unable to get high from it. See? You start being unable to get high from it anymore, so what did you do?
You smoked more.
You smoke a lot more, get better pot.
And then
it gets worse.
Yeah, and then
you get even more frustrated.
This sucks.
And then you get depressed, and then you either stop. There's three things you do.
Yeah, eat a lot. Put 4.
Eat a lot of pizza.
You either stop, which congratulations, there you go. And then you could argue, well, were you really an addict or not? Because addicts don't really stop. But okay, so you stop. You go on to something that corrects how you're feeling, which is usually opiates, stimulants, or alcohol, which correct it. Boom, right? No problem.
That's Ravi's stage.
And then off you go. Now, was that a gateway drug? You know what I'm saying? So
Probably.
You go. Well,
she was way into the edibles for a while, and now it seems to be way heavy on the alcohol part.
Right, but is that because the pot was gateway or because the pot stopped working?
That's a question for Ravi.
So that okay, and then the third thing is you get treatment. So you either stop, get treatment, or go on to something else.
Yeah.
And so there you go.
Yeah, but I did go on to anything else.
No, you stopped. Good for you.
Actually, it stopped me from drinking alcohol. Like, I barely ever drink now. I think drinking sucks. And then I barely ever smoke anymore, too.
Well, you know what's interesting?
I just went hard for like a year.
But it makes sense to me. It makes sense to me how if you burn out that reward system, it's not even the reward system. It's the piece that makes you high, which is different than the reward. It would be burned out for other things as well. But I'm going to I shouldn't tell you, but I will say that stimulants and opioids override that. So magically you'll be like, oh, this is good again. So
yeah. Well, I don't even know how to get opioids or whatever the hell that is.
Don't do it. Listen, if you want to point at something that is the evil problem over time, it is pills, man.
Oh, no, I'm never going to touch that.
Opiates.
Dude, I've been around people on pills, and it's the absolute worst.
If you're going to die of addiction, there's like two populations that die routinely. Pills, opiate-benzo combo, and for some reason, steroid-abusing males that stay on that use stimulants.
Wow.
Those guys die young.
Never going to do
that
either
MMA
one,
guy
man.
died the other day. I wonder if that was something to do with that.
Hell no, I'm never going to do it, Drew.